35. It says, on a famous episode of Star Trek, Captain Kirk and the gang played a card game called Frisbin. This problem is about another game called Frisbin. I sometimes think that maybe the authors of this problem were playing a drinking game, or the authors of this book were playing a drinking game when they were writing all these problems, because these are, they're ridiculous. The object of Frisbin is to throw 3 Frisbees at 3 different size bins that are set up on the ground about 20 feet away from the player. If a Frisbee lands in the largest bin, the player scores 1 point. If a Frisbee lands in the medium-sized bin, the player scores 5 points. If a Frisbee lands in the smallest bin, the player scores 10 points. Kirk McCoy is playing the game. If all 3 of his Frisbees land in bins, how many different total scores can he make? Make a systematic list for the problem before reading on. There are so many different ways you can do this. I mean, I think what immediately comes to mind is obviously making columns that represent the bins and perhaps writing the points with them. So that's what I did. So I did bin 1 would be 1 point, bin 2 would be 5 points, bin 10 would be 10 points. I apologize. I realize as I'm looking at the video of this, it's not that clear. I'm dealing with the best camera I could find, which is not great. So I hope that you can follow along okay, but I'll try to use a darker pen or something in the future. That way everything's a little bit more clear. Okay, so the deal with this one is, what are all the different possible points? Well, we're going to use that idea of freezing, but we're going to, start out with the lowest score. If he threw all 3 into bin 1, getting 1 point, with the 0, 0, and the others, total 3 points. Now, let's go ahead and go down 1. 2 in bin 1, 1 in bin 2, none in bin 3. That'll give us a total of 7 points. 1 plus 1 plus 5. Let's go ahead and do 2 in bin 1, 0 in bin 2, and 1 in bin 3. That'll give us 2 points here, plus 10. That'll give us 12. Okay, let's go ahead and consider 1 in bin 1, 0 in bin 2, and 1 in bin 3. Oh, excuse me, no. 2 in bin 3. That'll give us 1 plus 20 here, so that'll give us a score 21. How about we do 1 in bin 2, and now 2 in bin 2, and 0 in bin 3. That'll give us 1 plus 10, so we'll have 11. Let's go ahead and do 1 in bin 1, 1 in bin 2, and 1 in bin 3. So that'll give us 15 plus 1, 16. We've pretty much exhausted everything with the 1. Now we'll do 0 in bin 1. So we have a 0. Let's try 1. And then 2. So that'll give us a total of 25. Let's go ahead and do 0. And 2. And 1. That'll give us 10 plus 10. That'll be 20. 0 again. How about 3 in bin 2? None in bin 3. That'll give us 15. And then 0, 0, 3. That'll give us 30. With that idea of freezing and just eliminating the possibilities in the other bins, we get that there are a total of 10 possible scores. Also, I'm writing sideways, so that's another reason that my handwriting is not the best. But I am hoping that you can see enough. Oh, good Lord, the times we are in. I'm hoping you can see enough that you are getting the gist of how to do this. But remember, you can always consult the book for a more clear image.